Hey guys, and welcome back to Lining's Perspective. It is your host, Lining K, and I am back once again with another podcast video. Public speaking is really not that hard. You're just overthinking it, overanalyzing it, psychoanalyzing it, and on top of that, you are overthinking it all. I'm just kidding. Public speaking is hard, and it's something that you can learn how to do. Is it hard to learn? No. Is it hard to do? Yes, because you can learn how to do it, but it's hard to actually implement it. So today I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks how to actually do it, because I think it goes without saying, I love talking. I can yap for a long time. I feel like a broken record here, but everybody and their mom and their brother and their cousin and their sister and their dog knows that when I was in middle school, I never liked talking. I was so introverted, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because not everyone is a speaker. So listen to the whole video before you judge and say, why are you trying to make me a speaker? What if I don't like speaking? What if that's not me? Well, listen, okay? Because I'm going to give tips to everyone. Did not like talking, and actually I did, but I was just hiding the fact that I like talking because it was like unnormalized to like be chalant. Everyone wanted to be nonchalant, and getting into high school, that's still a thing, but I just don't care anymore. I just don't want to be like that because it's boring. So now I love speaking. I don't know, I just feel like I can express myself communicatively. I just learned how to love speaking. I always liked it, but I learned to love it because I exposed myself to doing it more and more and more. I like it because, like I said, I feel like I can communicate effectively. The more that you expose yourself to doing something you're not comfortable with, the more you become comfortable with doing it. How to identify if you're a listener or a speaker? If you are a speaker, you most likely always talk for like a second or two, and then you'll listen by choice. It's not like you get cut off. People are constantly saying you should talk more. You constantly ask other people questions to get them to talk because you don't want to talk. You don't typically start a conversation, and if you do, you start it in a way where you don't really have to talk much. You just nod your head. These are signs that you are a listener. Signs that you are a speaker is you'll typically ask other people's short response answers so that you can talk more. You will typically initiate the conversation, and you will literally grasp hold and lead the conversation wherever you want it to go. You will never shut up. People are constantly, just kind of giving you that look. They're constantly being ignored because of how much you talk. And some people are just like, I'm just tired of hearing her at this point. And trust me, been there. But here is how you become a speaker who is not feeling like that, because it's not a good feeling to be ignored, but it happens because people are just not always the nicest. Here's some tips on how to be a good speaker. Fun fact, when I was in middle school, I think this is actually what leadwayed me to even start my podcast. And I know he's watching this. My 8th grade teacher, history teacher, he was the one who I feel like introduced like debate and public speaking to us. And when I started doing it, I was like, you know what? Like, since the first one, I was like, I love doing this. Like, I like talking, and I didn't even realize that. So since that, I feel like that's what like jump started me to do my podcast. That's what really inspired me, because I get to ask that question a lot. What made you want to do a podcast? Because when I was in 8th grade, my teacher, it was history, but he implemented public speaking. And at the time, I mean, it's not that I thought that it was unreasonable. I just didn't see what the point of it was. And there was definitely a point to it, even because now in high school, you're always having to present, always having to, and just knowing that little thing, just knowing that little background I learned from him really helps. And also it helps with my podcast. So it's just learning how to speak is a skill you're going to need to have. Even if you're a listener, you're going to need to know how to speak, because you can't listen if you don't respond, speaking and saying, communicating properly. Everyone needs to learn how to do it. And everyone needs to learn how to listen properly as well. Being a good speaker literally just means talking about topics that are engaging to your target audience. If my target audience are people who want to improve their overall self, which is pretty much teens throughout young adults, even sometimes in later adulthood, people choose to improve themselves, which there's nothing wrong. You can choose to improve yourself and become a better you at any time of life, okay? If that's my target audience, I wouldn't make videos about cars. I wouldn't make videos showing to decorate my tree. I wouldn't make videos, like different things like that. I want to show self-help and self-improvement videos because that is my set target audience. Now, I know sometimes I do get off track, especially with my shorts. Y'all, don't even go to my shorts. Like, at this point, if you want self-help, it's literally a whole bunch of random stuff there. I don't know why, but I just think it's funny. And I think that you guys like it, because when I post random funny stuff, it gets, a couple views. Speak clearly when you're speaking to your audience, and project your voice. Don't speak low and not so that they can hear you, you know. I would say like have a good posture, even though I was just like this, but have a good posture and like, you know, really make the audience feel engaged. Don't make it feel like you're talking at them, make it feel like you're talking to them, and that will make literally the biggest difference. Lastly, I want to end it off with saying make it a warm and cozy environment. Like I said, don't make it seem like you're speaking at them. You want to say things that make them feel welcome, be relatable. Do not be a robot up there. Everyone knows you're human, so everyone knows you're not a robot. No one likes when people are not authentic. People love authenticity. So be yourself, be relatable, be warm, project your voice, speak clearly, talk about topics that your target audience wants to hear about. So before you even start speaking, figure out what who your target audience is and what you're going to be speaking about, and does that correlate. And once you get there, you will get your audience. Okay, you're gonna get their attention, because I may not get a lot of views, but the views that I do get, the people stay to watch pretty much throughout the whole video. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about my experience. So as everyone knows, I love speaking, obvi, because I have a podcast, but I mean that doesn't always mean that you love speaking, but in my sense it does mean that I love speaking for me. So because I have a podcast and just my public speaking amazing beautiful skills that can always improve, um my school actually asked me to participate in something called a convocation, which is like you introduce the school and what it has to offer. I actually have talked about this on my Spotify. I had different content going on for a little while, but I realized that that's not what I want for the channel. I want the same rolling out on all platforms. So my school asked me to join the convocation. Now the only problem is, since it's introducing the school and everything the school has to offer, I am new to the school. How am I going to introduce what the school has to offer if I just got here? I want to know what the school has to offer. I can't tell you guys if I don't know, you know? And so what they had me do was MC the event, which means host the event. I was on the mic. I was introducing the people who came up and on of the stage, and it was absolutely fun. When I first got on the stage, I am not going to lie, I was literally sweating out of my boots, because it was my first time speaking on a stage to live audience versus me speaking to my phone like I do now. Edit the video, I edit out all my mistakes, and then I post it. So being on a stage where I had to not say not say like, not say, you know, just have empty pauses, it was hard, but I definitely did it. And towards the end, I was flowing. And I feel like the podcast really does help with that, because editing me is literally struggling behind the screen, literally editing every little tiny thing. And I have to learn how to just speak flowingly to a live audience, because I cannot edit. You guys are seeing this in real time, okay? But yeah, like I said, that was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It was, like I said, nervous at first, but as I progressed and I did it, I got more comfortable to the audience. And then, of course, I spoke about things that were relevant to my target audience. So they were learning about the school and what it had to offer. And so I shared my little experience about my change, my shift of being like a kind of negative mindset before I got to school, but just going to orientation alone, I felt all the positive energy of the school, and just like everyone smiling and, you know, everyone helping me. As soon as I get there, I didn't even have to say, oh, ask someone for help. No, someone walked up to me and said, hey, so this is what we're going to be doing, this is your classes, this is your schedule, you can go meet your teachers, this is going to be your help buddy for the day. And it was absolutely amazing, and I loved that. I don't know why I'm getting off topic, but I made sure to speak about that in my speech. And because of the amazing job that I did, I definitely think that I could improve from that. And I did a lot of self reflection for the next time. And fun for me, there is a next time. So I'm going to be doing it again. Okay. And this time I'm going to record for YouTube, because my mom's going to be there. So I'm going to have her record the whole thing, and we'll see what happens. My mom is going to record for me, and I'm going to be speaking at something called a fifth grade moving up ceremony, which is something at my school where they prepare fifth graders what middle school looks like. And of course, the school year's not done yet, but they're just trying to like show them what middle school at my school specifically looks like, because my school is very different from other schools. And I'm not trying to say that just because I think so. It genuinely is. It is a small private school with intimate learning settings. And how many schools do you know like that? There's plenty of opportunities to connect with your friends, to connect with your peers, and it's very different from other schools, okay? Because I've been to a lot of schools, and I genuinely never experienced anything like this before. I'm going to be talking about things like my speaking interests, the clubs that I'm in, such as basketball, classes that are my favorite, such as Spanish, creative writing, different things like this. I'm going to be talking about to show them what like middle school has to offer, even though I'm in high school. But you know, like you get it from like an older person's perspective of like my school, and it's really nice. The middle schoolers are also there, and I'm going to be emceeing the event, but I'm also going to give them an older person's advice of my experience going to other middle schools and how my school is different. So, with that being said, it's going to be super fun, and I'm going to be introducing the teachers and the faculty, and then also the language aspect. I feel like once you get down just the regular speaking in your native language fluently, like you can speak as in you know what you're saying, but like fluently as in like nice, flowing, engaging, all the aspects of fluently, not just speaking it every day and you're not really, you know, caring to speak it properly. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to learn that, you can actually go ahead and learn other languages such as Spanish, y'all. Like I'm learning Spanish. I'm actually really proud of myself for the speed that I went. I'm going a lot slower now because I'm doing things for driver's ed and all of that. So once I'm done with like my driver stuff and I get my permit, then I will get back on it. But I'm still doing Duolingo every single day, listening to Spanish music every single day, speaking in Spanish every single day. I'm just not doing as much as I used to do, and I'm gonna get back at it, okay? And how you can develop a interest for speaking is by speaking about things that are relevant to you. If you're speaking about couches and furniture and you don't like couches and furniture, you're not going to like speaking because you're speaking about things that are irrelevant to you. But if you like video games, if you like basketball, if you like photography, whatever it is, speak about things that you like to learn about, things that you are interested in. And not only will your set target audience love what you're speaking about, you're going to love what you speak about because it's just like you love when people love what you have to say. And lastly, how to be on stage and to not be scared and conquer it like a boss, girl, is to literally pretend like the audience is not there or pretend like the audience doesn't matter. Just pretend like you're speaking to a whole bunch of people who don't even speak your language. Like you generally just have to pretend like a whole bunch of people who like you have to pretend like they're nobodies. That is the only way that you're not going to be nervous. Okay, like don't think of your crush while you're on the stage because of course you're going to fumble. Do not think of your favorite person, of course you're going to fumble. Do not think of your friends, of course you're going to fumble. Literally think of nothing, think of no one, think of you're in a room all by yourself. No one is listening to you speak. You will speak better than you thought you could. Okay, and that is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you did not know, I'm going to be participating in Vlogmas. We are on day, I want to say 4. We are on day 4. I don't know, but make sure you guys tune in and watch all my old videos. I don't have a specific time that I upload every single day, but I do know that I upload every single day. So that's all. I can't, I can only be so organized for you guys, okay? Make sure you guys stay tuned. Like I said, follow me on Spotify and Apple Music, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.